Hello there, and welcome to the Pearson podcast. What episode is it, you might ask? Boom! 55. Or at least I think it's 55. So right off the bat, the mug. I know, right? I know. A Christmas gift by my very good friend, Josiah King, aka Josiah King Composing, aka Beamer Empire. Hey, if anybody's keeping track of my diet, this is filled with black coffee. You know what I mean? Black. Let me take a sip right quick. Delish. Alright, as I almost spill it. Okay. So, fair warning, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a lot to talk about in this episode. Hey, it was bound to happen one of these days. Mondays, one of these episodes. I mean, it's happened a lot in the past, but since the new year, I've hit that hour mark, and I will say, right now, it's going to be difficult to hit this time. But as always, I will try. But I'm not going to drag myself over the coals for it. Am I right? I'm going to live my life. Oh yeah, and shout out to Pearson Visuals, the sponsor, every episode, the sponsor of this podcast, Pearson Visuals on Instagram. Contact them for your design needs. This is like a, Minecraft Ultra Shader 4K render with a little skeleton on the side. So yeah, I mean, right before I turned on the podcast, yeah, that's great. The burps are already starting. Right before I turned on the pod, I might as well write down some topics. So I did just that. So this is what I wrote down. The VeVe haul for this week, aka NFTs. Trip to Thailand is 100% in the books, confirmed. Going to be going into detail with that. Going to be talking about a little bit more on the road trip, this massive road trip that I'm going to be doing sometime early this year. Well, sometime being April, May, something like that. I don't know. May for sure, but I don't know my months. Oh yeah, shout out to the Tat. It's laundry day, so I'm wearing shorts in winter. So, road trip, saying no to keto. Did not even try it one day, but I'll tell you why. And it's because I'm replacing with intermediate fasting. Keto's just, I'll get into it. I almost got laser eye surgery, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get into the story of that. And then I'm going to be talking about dinners. What dinners I made for this week. So, sit back, relax, grab a brew, grab whatever, and let's get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 55. I hope you guys enjoy. And chances are you'll learn something or just enjoy your time. Delicious. One thing right off the bat is this mug. It's got the Pearson podcast on both sides. See, if you're a longtime follower, I have a Dunder Mifflin mug, and it's only on the side that is towards my body. So I'm like, if I want to drink it and show it off, then I have to hold it with my predominant hand, my not dominant hand, and that just doesn't fly. You know what I'm saying? I want to, shout it out from the rooftops. I am an Office fan. I really am an Office fan, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get into that real quick. And it sucks so much that they took it off Netflix. If you're an Office fan whatsoever, you understand. I mean, and then they put it on Peacock. Peacock? They might as well just call that The Office. You know? Like, there's nothing else on Peacock that people are dying to see except The Office. Just call it The Office. You know? Like, just subscribe to the Office network. You know, like, I would love, you know, and I know nothing about it, but all I know is in the heavy hitters of streaming platforms, you know, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Plus, HBO Max, Peacock isn't on there. You know what I mean? What has it got? It must just be like the NBC network, because I believe The Office is an NBC, so maybe it's just all the NBC shows, or maybe I'm just completely wrong. But man, when they took that off Netflix, that was always something that I could just turn on in the background while I'm doing my art or anything. And man, it's crazy because I haven't watched it since they, you know, I mean, I've watched it a little bit since they took it off. Because my uncle got me the entire season on DVD. I don't have a DVD player. And these iMacs, since they're like, you know, 0.5 millimeter thin, obviously they couldn't put a CD player in there. I'm like, and that's a whole nother discussion, you know what I mean? Like making these things so much thinner. I mean, how about you make it a little bit thicker and don't miss out on all this great stuff? Like, I really don't understand. You know, like, people still use CDs, you know? People still use CDs. On my MacBook Pro 16-inch, not the M1 version, but the one right before that, it just has 4 USB-Cs. I'm like, hey? USB-Cs? Yeah, maybe they're the future, but we're not living in the future. We're living in the now. And the now still uses USB, you know, A and B and blah, blah. So, I mean, I'm having to get, and I know the benefit, you know, it's more efficient and, you know, faster charging or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to have to get all these you know, adapters, you know what I mean? It's really annoying. Oh God, it's had some random like spasm in my neck. Weird. So let me go through the VeVe haul real quick. Actually, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, The Office. So The Office, so right off the bat, I've probably seen every single episode of The Office no less than 30 times. Alright? And that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, seen is a loose term. Because a lot of the time I would have it in my headphones, it's to the side, and I'm doing something else, and I'm just listening to it. And I get to the point where I've seen it so many times that me hearing it is basically the same thing as me listening to it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm a big Office fan. I think they've only released 2 Office posters in all time. I have the 2015 version right there, and then the 2022 version right there. And I honestly should start marking on them. I just kind of, you know, my walls are filled with crap, you know? Like, I wish I could... I would lay out this podcast so much better if my room was a little bit bigger. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten such a big bed. I bought a queen, and it's nice. Like, it's real nice having a giant bed, you know, for one person. Like, it's great. But low-key wish I kind of just got a smaller bed so I could have more room. You know what I mean? Like, my walking room is, or distance, like, whatever area is, like, I don't know, 2 feet wide. And it's not even that walkable because I have my chair here. These are big problems in my life, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so it sucks that The Office got taken off Netflix. Like, it really, really does. It's almost like if they brought it back, then I would remember what I'm missing. Because right now, I don't exactly remember what I'm missing. You know, like, I can imagine, but yeah. That's besides the point, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to my NFT haul for this week. So, let's see. So they were doing, ever since Invisible Woman, the day after, there were 6 drops in a row, and it was 6 comics, including what got announced a couple days ago is the battle statue, Batman versus Croc. I did not get it. Man, don't even get me started with it. I practiced so long for that, and then I clicked early. But here's the thing. I knew that it was better to go too early than too late, because too late, there was just no chance. But, and I didn't get any of the previous comics, but I did get Invisible Woman, but I talked about that last podcast. But I did get part 6 of the comic. I was like, holy crap, I actually got one, because I was thinking, like, these were just going crazy. Let's see, how many editions were there? There were 30,000 compared to this Batman statue, which is 9,000. Oh, man, I can't even tell you. Okay, so then, okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I got the comic yesterday for $7, and I had just barely enough. I had 120 gems before I got that comic, so when I got the comic, I was 7 below 120. So I was like, well, I have to sell it in order to get the Batman drop tomorrow, which was today. So I sold it. I sold it for $21, and let's see how much it's going for right now. Probably like, I don't know, probably somewhere close to that. It dropped below 16. I was like, whew, good thing. Yeah, it's about 20, so I actually got pretty decent on that, but obviously in the long term, it's going to be worth a lot more. So, yeah, got the comic, sold the comic, made, that bit of money, and here we go on the Batman drop. I clicked too early. Man, it's so annoying. I just don't like this style of drop, because the bots get it. I mean, obviously not all the bots, but so many bots get it with this style of drop, and that's probably why they're going to go to the queue system. It's annoying, but it's for the greater good. So, oh yeah, and also there was a giveaway that happened today, and VeVe Vault hosted it, but I'll get into that in a sec. So I'm like, okay, well, market's going up. I have 120 gems. Chances are, obviously, it's not gonna go below retail. So the market opens, and boom, I see 3 on the market for 1 gem. I'm like, bang! Click it, miss it. The bots get it every time. And then I'm hooked. I'm like, I sat there for probably half an hour refreshing, trying to snipe, because what people would do, if you're not familiar with VeVe, the market, it says if it's 1.6 thousand, it'll say 1.6K. So a lot of people, when they go to list it, they put 1.6 gems, thinking it's 1.6 thousand. I mean, that's just dumb, obviously, because it's like it clearly shows that it's $1.06 or whatever. People are just like just impatient. So there were so many that I could have got, but it's like the bots were just too quick. I mean, so many as in I probably got 7 chances or something at like a, $1, $2, $3, or was $18, so, and they're going for 2,000 now. So that would have been crazy. But I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm going to get sad if I keep talking about it. So the VeVe Vault, a awesome VeVe YouTuber, hosted his 5th big old giveaway. And me, my mom, my dad, my little brother Jax entered it to win, and basically the second person that won was my dad, and he got a uncommon Groot, selling for about $100 or something like that, which is nice. And then Jax, he got, I'll call him up and ask him right now. Let's do it live on the air, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I will say is his phone is broken, so it might not even work, but we shall see. The suspense is enticing. Let's see if he answers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he has received his NFT. Jax?
Yeah.
You're on air.
Hello.
Have you received your comic?
Hold on.
Or your NFT? I don't know if it was a comic or what. It's called like Congo, something like that.
What were you asking me?
Huh?
What were you asking me?
What'd you say? I can barely hear you.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better.
What did you ask me?
Have you received your NFT?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Let me look.
Because I think it was like a one-word name, like Kingo or Congo or something.
Bingo.
Kingo. Let's see. Are you looking for it?
No, I have it right now.
Oh, what's it worth and what is it?
It's just one of those, like, it's kind of like Sprite.
Is it the gorilla?
No, it's this dude at the yellow sword. It's worth like $40.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for calling in, and talk to you later.
All right, there.
Bye. So that's cool. He got his, and that's actually, yeah, it's cool. That's gonna be a hold. See, yeah. So my dad got, and sadly, me and my mom didn't get anything. But hey, that's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. So as far as VeVe Haul, I don't think I got anything else. I'm basically, I bought, okay, so you guys heard about the 6-part series. I bought the number 1 part because I was like, if I'm going to buy any of them, I think part 1 is going to be worth the most, and that's just what I would think. And the cover looks pretty cool as well. If you guys are interested in this at all, download this app. It's super fun. I paid $39 and it's worth $26 right now, so not the best, but I know it'll go up. My Alpha Flight comic that I talked about last podcast, I wonder what price it was then. It's gotten up to $90, but now it's $67, and I paid $49 for that. So the market went crazy, as you guys know in the last episode. It has definitely died down a bit. Iron Man was like 3,000 something, and that was 2,300. My Mickey Mouse was 1,300, 1,400, and now it's about 1,000. But every single thing that I have, except that comic, the part 1, is in the profit, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm looking good. I'm looking real good. Yeah, so that's the VeVe haul, and I believe there's some sort of thing happening soon with Minnie Mouse. I don't even know who Minnie Mouse is. But something like that's coming, so that'll be cool. So the Thailand trip. The Thailand trip is 100% confirmed, and I'm going with someone. And that someone is my grandpa. We are going to go on a absolutely amazing adventure together. And my grandpa served in the Navy, and he went, he traveled all over the place, but mainly all over Europe. And he's never been to that Atlantic Asia side, Russia, the Asian countries. So he is super excited about going to Thailand as well. And that is going to be freaking awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be awesome. We are waiting until COVID is kaput, though. That's the thing. So let's pray COVID's gone by next year. You know what I mean? Let's pray. Excuse me. Cause yeah, COVID sucks. It's like such a day-to-day thing, like we're going somewhere and need to bring a mask in, like all this stuff, and like I'm sorry, and yeah, it's just like I almost stuck my finger in my coffee. Yeah, it's just like it's so annoying, and like I feel like at least myself, I'm in this weird kind of zero gravity, just kind of floating around. Like I feel like I can't fully live my life and do everything because this stupid freaking COVID. It's so annoying. So let's pray that, my doctor, who's a crazy smart guy, he said by around May, we should have herd immunity if these complete ding-dongs stop being ding-dongs, not wearing the mask, and all this stupid crap, and infecting each other. Man, it's so annoying. But let's pray, I have a good feeling. Of course it'll be gone someday, but I have a good feeling it'll be gone soon. So, yeah. But yeah, that Thailand trip, and my grandpa talked to someone he knew, and they went to Thailand, and they were talking about how cool it was, and how you can get, like as we've talked about, the 5-star hotels for $60 a night, and it's crazy. Sorry, I just realized that I'm talking with and I hate that. Let me try and talk like this. I'm trying to talk with a smooth voice. Yeah, but for some reason my voice does that sometimes. But, I'm just gonna do my best. So yeah, that Thailand trip with my grandpa is gonna be super freaking awesome. Cannot wait. So let's talk about a little bit on the road trip. This road, I talked about it last episode. going on this absolutely massive road trip, and honestly, I know I had something to talk about, but I'm not exactly remembering exactly what I want to talk about. So I'll just talk about what's in my mind right now. So we're getting a dash cam. That'll be cool. And I'm really trying to get this camera, the Sony ZV-1 before we go on this trip, because one, it'll be so much better quality in every way, video, audio, whatever. It'll be so much, excuse me, sorry. It'll be so much easier to record, because I'll have my phone as for phone purposes, and the camera is just for recording video. It's always difficult with my phone, because what if I'm looking up directions or something, and I need to keep my battery, blah blah blah. So I really want to get this camera before we go on this trip. And an addition is I haven't talked, because as you guys know or don't know, I'm going with me, my grandma, and grandpa. It's us three, and I haven't told them. My grandpa watched the previous podcast, so he must know my what I want to do with the videos. But I'll have to make sure that they're fine with this, obviously, before I do it. But I really want to record a vlog every single day. So, we're gone for 30 days, or this is just an example. We're gone for 30 days. There's going to be 30 videos, and I make a vlog for each day. That would be ideal. One, maximum amount of content, and two, it would remind me to record everything in the day, because that's something that I on Alaska trip video, so much that we did that I didn't even record. I mean, there's always this balance of being in the now and recording, and it's very difficult. It's now I wish I recorded more, and when I did record in Alaska, it didn't take me out of the experience. So I feel like in the long run, the recording as much as possible while still, being in that in the now, that's going to be the way to go. Just doing a crazy amount of footage, crazy amount of vlogs, and but basically the question is I of course want my grandma and grandpa to feel comfortable. If they're on camera or me recording all the time, it's probably going to be annoying, me talking to the camera or whatever. Just going to have to run that by them before anything is set in stone, but that's what I'm wanting. That's the plan right now, and if they're not fine with that, then that's completely fine. I'll just change up the style, or record, or whatever. I'll just change up the style. But so yeah, the road trip. I can't really think of anything else I wanted to say about the road trip. I don't know if I talked about this in the previous episode, but Boxabl, the PreFab house that I want to get and live in for the rest of my life, if I don't build my own house. I'm just saying, if money isn't an issue at all, I'd probably get the Boxabl. So basically, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll fill you in right now. The Boxabl is a company, is the company name, and they make prefab houses. And right now, the one that they have is called the Boxabl Casita, I believe, and it's 400 square foot. Sorry, 400 square foot. house. It has everything: heating, cooling, bathroom, kitchen, bed, everything. And it comes with every single appliance and heating and electricity and everything in it already. It comes with the appliances, like I said, the fridge, microwave, all that stuff. The only thing it does not come with is a couch and a bed, which I got a bed, and a couch isn't that big of a deal because I'd probably make the couch area my podcast studio, slash just my desk for my computer and crap. So that would be totally fine. So it's 50,000 bones. Hopefully by the time I'm actually going to get it, maybe it's a little cheaper. Hopefully I can buy it. Sorry. Hopefully I can buy it with my ding dong VeVe NFTs. I mean, seriously though, like, legitimately, yeah. Or I'll build my own house for cheaper. But this is why I brought it up. We're doing the road trip, and part of the road trip is going through Nevada near Las Vegas, and the Boxabl company headquarters or whatever is in Nevada near Las Vegas. So we're going to go on a tour through the factory. I'm going to be able to, and they have like a what's it called? A casita you can walk through that's for demonstration purposes. You can walk through, get a feeling for it and everything. And I'm not sure where I heard this, but I heard somewhere, like, if you go, if there's something you really want, and you go and you physically touch it and you physically see it, then it boosts the motivation for you to get that a lot more. So yeah, that it really, really excites me. I mean, I could live in that for the rest of my life happily, happily ever after. So yeah, that's about all I gotta say on the road trip. Let me get comfortable real quick. Alright. So, no more keto. Only gonna be doing the intermediate fasting. So, basically, I would almost be doing intermediate fasting already every day if I only didn't have coffee with creamer, because I already don't have breakfast. I don't find any. I just never really ate breakfast, and I get hungry around 10, 11, and that to me might as well be lunchtime, and then we eat dinner around 5, 6. So my plan is this. This is my plan. No more creamer in my coffee. Just got it black. Black only. And I actually don't, it's not, I don't mind black coffee. Obviously creamer tastes better, but it's not, that's obvious. It's kind of like having, I don't know, a flavorless Slurpee. No, I can't think of a good comparison, but obviously the creamer coffee is going to taste better than the black coffee, but it's kind of like beer almost, like when you're a kid, you just guzzle down the beers and you're like, oh, that's gross, but I'm just trying to get drunk or whatever. But then you drink them enough, and you're like, I actually kind of like the taste of beer. Maybe that's the same thing with black coffee. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Because even, that first drink I took, because I had coffee with creamer earlier. And even that first drink I took of this black coffee, I was like, it was just out of the Keurig, it wasn't freshly brewed or anything like that. Just out of the Keurig. I mean, it was good quality pod, but, obviously fresh is going to be better. But even now, as it goes on, now I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. So I feel like the black coffee will, it'll start to, I'll get used to it, and I won't just get used to it, but I'll start to prefer it, maybe. You know what I mean? So yeah. So this is my plan. No more creamer in my coffee, and just black. And then see, like I said, I usually get hungry around 10:30, something like that. So with intermediate fasting, you want it to be a little difficult, but not so difficult that by the time you do get a chance to eat, you just gobble down a crazy amount of stuff. So my thinking is I can drink however much black coffee I want, but when I have my first meal, it'll be around 11:30, 12. 11:30 or 12. Something like that. I've tried it at 1, but 1, I'm too hungry at 1. Oh, Woompa's calling me. He said he was going to call me back. Hold on just a second. Hey, Boompa.
Hey, Riley, is this a good time?
I'm doing the podcast right now.
Oh, great. Okay, well then just give me a holler when you've got a few.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Will do, Boompa.
Love you, bud. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. That's not his fault. He said he was going to call me around this time, but I just thought I might as well do the podcast right now. So what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. So 11:30, 12, I start eating. And I'm also going to start going on a lot more walks and doing yoga. And eventually, once my back is strong enough, get back into weightlifting. Because I love weightlifting. It's just, my back is so effed. You guys have heard me talk about my back enough. So doing the yoga plus walking will make my back diamond. And then I'll be able to weightlift. So basically why I mentioned that is for my lunch, sometimes I'll just have a couple servings of protein shake. So I'll either do that, or I'll have, some budak noodles, or I'll have some beans. I like refried beans. Just something healthy and but still tastes delicious. Maybe some avocado, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that jazz. And then, like I said, we usually have dinner around 5:36, and for that, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, because it's intermediate fasting. As long as I don't stray from that window and overeat, as long as I don't overeat and truly portion control, then I can, within reason, I can eat whatever for dinner. And it'll be fine. I do, I try, and because, if you guys don't know, I make dinners 3 to 4 times a week. I try, see, what I was about to say is I try and make them healthy, but I don't know if I do, You know what I mean? Because I prefer them just to be delicious as opposed to healthy. But I don't make them overly unhealthy, you know what I mean? Like, some people with one steak, they'll put a whole stick of butter and like, bruh, you don't need that much. You don't need nearly that much, you know what I mean? So things like that, you know, like, yeah, I'll add butter in the steak, like a tablespoon or something, but some people go crazy and like basically fry it in butter. Um, so yeah, so this is my plan. Black coffee, have my first meal 11:30 to 12, somewhere around there. I'll play around with the times, and finish my day with dinner 5:36, something like that, and then I don't have dessert anymore. I've been having cravings at night though. It's been difficult. I don't know. I don't exactly know how to combat those. I heard a trick where if you're ever having a really excuse me, ever having a really bad craving, then you take 5 big gulps of water and then wait 5 minutes, and that craving should be gone. So try that maybe, but yeah. So that's that. And we're at 40 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Will I be able to make it to an hour? That is the question. So, Lasik story. I almost got laser eye surgery. And this is a funny kind of story. So, actually, the Monday that I uploaded last podcast, I was absolutely gifted with the opportunity to be able to get laser eye surgery, and I was super excited. And basically, long story short, I found a good place, scheduled a online consultation, you know, for free or whatever. And it was over Zoom, and this was my main question that I wanted to know before I did this. Are there any downsides to getting this done? And this is what their response was. Some people get dry eyes, but it's often because they don't use enough. If they don't follow the aftercare. I'm like, oh wow, that's the only downside? Awesome. And you know, all this crap. So I'm like, okay, awesome, let's do it. I'll sign me up for the consultation. Boom, we go to the consultation. It's like an hour away, hour drive. It's annoying, but to get this done, it's fine. And these are really, really good people, probably the best people in my state. So you know, the in-person consultation is basically just to make sure that I am a good candidate for laser eye surgery. So they did all the tests to, I don't know, scanning my eyes and doing the prescription, everything like that. And basically, long story short, as they said, my eyes were very healthy and I'd be a perfect candidate for LASIK. I'm like, okay, great. She, you know, and then we sit down, she told me the price for everything, blah, blah, blah. And then I made the appointment to get it done. I was like, heck yeah, we're doing it. And then basically, I'm not going to go into the entire thing, but after reading the consent form, it now tells me the downsides of getting this. And there are a lot. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know that anything you do will have side effects and possibilities. Like when I had my wisdom teeth, I could have died, blah, blah, blah. But this is the exact thing that I wanted from the online consultation I'm finally getting now, right before I do the ding dong thing. So there was a lot of things that can go wrong. A lot. And it's really annoying how they only said, well, you can get dry eyes, which is like literally the least of my worries. So basically, the machine can malfunction, and that's not good. And obviously I know the chances of this, blah, blah, blah. This was the kicker. This was the shebang. When you do laser eye surgery, your eyes are now weaker. So, say, you're walking through the forest and you get a stick in the eye. Not that big of a deal. It hurts, it's annoying, but your eyes are decently strong, If you have laser eye surgery, and I'm not trying to scare anybody that, maybe has done this or anything, but worries me, because I'm very active and do a lot of stuff, and if you have a laser eye surgery and get a stick in the eye, there's high chances you're done right there. No more eyeball. So that scared me enough to where I'm like, I'm fine with glasses. You know what I mean? I'm fine with glasses. It's not like I love having glasses on, but there's a lot of pros to having them. One, it's kind of like a accessory, if you will, just another chance to, so this is what I look like without glasses, and I can't even see myself in the monitor there. So it hides the fact that my head looks like a patat. And this is the big thing, probably. This is probably the biggest reason why I love having them on. Love having glasses. Is they're basically safety goggles at all times on you. Like, you always have these safety goggles on. It's great. I love it. So, it is what it is. The weird thing was, I went from so happy and excited, I'm like, heck frickin' yeah, it's going to change my life. No more glasses, I'll be able to see the world, to, oh, there's no way I'm going to get this. It was a weird feeling. Now I'm fine, but it was a weird feeling for a day or so. But I'm totally happy about the situation. So, yeah, I'm happy how it played out, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and all of that jazz. So, yeah, that was a story. And, heck, I may get it in the future. You know what I mean? I may. But I've got so much life to live. You know what I mean? And I can't risk these babies. It's a funny thing as well. I was watching a podcast when I realized, the eye damage thing. And then I'm like, oh, man, wow. Well, I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to do it. Like, I knew pretty much as soon as I found out. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it. But it was annoying. Not annoying, but, that weird kind of feeling. And then I played the podcast I was listening to. And I forgot exactly what they said, but something like the exact second I played it, it was a Joe Rogan podcast, and he said something about going blind, like instantly. I'm like, and I pay attention to those signs. I love when I hear signs like that, and so yeah, that kind of sealed the deal. I wish I could remember exactly what they said, but something about getting your eyes poked out or blindness or something like that. yeah, I thought that was interesting. I mean, yeah. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is dinners that I did this week. So I think the big thing is the day I filmed that that podcast, last podcast, 54, is I talked about making the fried chicken for my grandma and fried chicken sandwiches, and it slapped. It banged, and the sandwiches were freaking amazing. Made spicy chicken sandwiches, and was absolutely delicious. And my grandma's birthday party, it was super fun. Hung out with Josiah that day. That's the day he gave me that mug, and we hung out and talked about all fun stuff. And let's see, I made stir fry last night, just a pre-made stir fry, but that's about all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm not gonna stretch it. Yeah. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something or just enjoyed. And if you're watching to this moment, give yourself a pat on the back from me, and imagine it's me patting you on the back. Because thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I can't thank you enough. And if you give a crap, my Patreon is in the description. And if you just want to continue watching for free, then by all means, that is completely fine. I'd appreciate if you commented once in a while, am I right? I still have not yet to get one comment from someone that isn't in my friends and family. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next Monday. Peace.